Alrighty, we are live. I hope everybody had a great weekend, especially for those who are watching on playback. Thank you very much for your continued support. Make sure you do all that YouTube stuff, the share, the liking, the subscribing, the commenting afterwards, which really helps. So let me get myself a little adjusted here. Oh, it is Sunday, and boy, what a day I had today. So wasn't sure if I was in the mood for some poetry, but I'm in the mood for poetry. As Robert Plant would say, I'm in the mood for a melody. Well, I'm in the mood for some poetry and some lyrics. So I'll wait to see who pops in. While doing that, I am going to pull up a song. Everybody knows I've been talking a lot about Florence and the Machine as of late. Her new album, just absolutely incredible the way this woman writes lyrics. Okay, so I want to share a song called Witch Dance. Nancy! Oh, you guys are getting cold again? Oh my goodness. And Miss Moonlight is here. When fed regularly, crows may leave items like shells, jewelry, or stones near your home, which researchers view as a sign of trust and social recognition. Yes, that's what I am hoping, Miss Moonlight. Where I went today, it wasn't my home, um, but I was curious because on the way there, because I heard some crows cawing a little bit, this morning, but nothing really coming around, like they usually do. And I think last night, like late afternoon yesterday, I went out to leave a peanut. He didn't take it, but I think he just cawed for me to come out and say hi to him or her. I can't tell the difference between male and female crows. Maybe once they start getting close up, and I researched how to tell how to look out for them. But I was walking today because I wanted to take a walk somewhere different because we had pretty good weather today. And I thought, well, the deer love to hang out at the cemetery. Every time we drive by, we see a buck or a family of deer there, a herd of deer. So I wanted to go there and see if any deer would show up. Deer didn't show up, but on my way walking, I heard a couple of crows. Some of them were a little flying over, and I'm just wondering that might have been one of the ones that remembers me from feeding. Because I go over there, there's really, there's a few in the tree. I'm sitting with my back against the tree. I'm, you know, trying to read my I took my Morgan, one of my Morgan books with me, and brought my book to see if I can do some poetry. And I had only a couple peanuts with me, and so I saw them in the tree. When I got up, I said, well, maybe I can bring down one of the ones from the tree in front of me. And I'm walking back and I look to the side and all of a sudden, vroom, there they were. People saw the video. I mean, I lost count at about 25. So there had to have been maybe at least 30 because swooping down, flying up in the trees, on the ground, I just turned around and I was like, wait, where did y'all come from? You weren't here when I walked in. It's not a very big cemetery. And it's, I think it's pretty much closed off now. I don't think there's any other burials that go there. So Miss Moonlight, one actually got about 2 feet away from me. But at that point, I had run out of peanuts. I wasn't expecting 25, 30 crows I think there might have been a raven or two, but a couple of those crows were big. But yeah, and after a while when they realized, I was tapped out, they went off on their way. But yeah, it was truly magical. And I asked Nachmarigna if I could possibly have a feather. To add to, because I have a couple here that I have on my altar for her. And I said, and I understand because I'm giving does not necessarily mean I need to receive, but it would be a blessing. And so when I was ready to go, I was walking over to a group of them. I think a guy had come through and had thrown out some stuff for them because they were all in a big circle on the ground where I had seen this guy. And let me fix my. And so there we go. I started walking and I looked down. There was a feather, rough shape. And I'm looking at it going, well, you're in pretty much rough shape. And then I don't know if it was her or just my brain saying, well, you didn't ask for a perfect one. You just asked for a feather. And I'm like, okay, yes. Yeah. So I held on to it and I walked a little bit more and then I found a second one. Same condition, but I asked and I was gifted, you know. So I have to, they're still in my bag. I have to, run them under some hot water and put some disinfectant soap and stuff on in case there's anything in there. Nancy, I was just thinking about that when I was adjusting my lamp. It does help. That's good to hear. So yeah, I'll have to take a bag now with me from now on wherever I go. Let's see. Going backwards here up the chat. Love the shorts of all the crows hanging out. I mean, the tree, they were swooping down up in there, flying overhead, coming. At one point, I had 5 of them just looking at me, going, "Well, where's the rest of the food? You got any more?" So, and I left a stone by the tree, and I said, "This is not food. This is a piece of stone that I've been sharing out of my collection." It was one of my azurite ones. And I set it by the tree. And I know one kind of looked at it and I said, it's not food, but it's a gift to the tree. And after I had walked away, they didn't touch it. So be on the lookout for the next time you go there. Yes, yes, yes. All righty. So catching up. I hope they do. So yes, very cool. So today I've been well, I have been working on poetry. It's what I enjoy doing again in the mornings. For a while there was art, but while Shan's still sleeping, I don't know if you can hear a guitar. That's him playing out in the living room. But I try to enjoy my moments in the morning when he's still in bed, just other time. And I pull out my book and my notebooks, see whichever gets inspired. And I've been transcribing them into a book that Shan got me. I showed that yesterday with Tom when Tom was hanging out with me when we were sharing new books and decks. And I got all of this to transcribe and put into that book. That's going to be a lot of fun. Timber. So, and of course, while trying to get the old stuff working, I started working on a new one from an old one. And of course, like paintings, like my art, I go back later on and I might, touch up here and there. It's just the way, my brain works. And I think creative brains work. So again, as always, any poetry or lyrics you want to share in chat, please do. I have my phone here. And so, who was I telling this to? And they understood what I was saying. It might have been you, Nancy, or it might have been Tom. But I was having a conversation with someone, and I was explaining that I still love Tori, I still love Alanis, I still love Ani. But as they've gotten older, became mothers, and have matured, their music has changed. And so for me, the same dynamics aren't there anymore, where I feel like I can connect, I can relate. And Florence is just is doing it for me now. And there's a song called Witch Dance on her new album. And it is the lyrics, some of the lyrics she's got in here. So let me share one of these. This is really powerful. It's saucy, it's sexy. So if people don't like stuff like that, well, do I want to share this one? Oh, okay. So I'm going to start. So the song's called Witch Dance. It's by Florence and the Machine, written by Florence herself. And oh, my hair's growing out. Sorry, buddy. I know this is irritating. I'm like, so it's on the new album. Let me bring that up again. It's called Everybody Scream, the chamber version. And so there's a lot of wonderful songs in here. Witch Dance, Sympathy Magic, Everybody Scream, the first one, Perfume and Milk, The Old Religion, Music by Men. So it has a lot of basically still what women go through. She also sings in her songs about the misogyny still in the music business, and she takes stabs at that. I'll probably share at some point in another show. But Witch Dance, whew, let me tell you, open my legs, lie down with death. We kiss, we sigh, we sweat. His blackberry mouth stains my nightgown. I pull him close, wrap my legs around, and it tastes like life. I twist, I bite, the foxes chatter in the night. Show me the way this feeling leads, the ache, the kick, the need. Show me the way this feeling leads, and she repeats, a shimmering landscape, I widen my eyes. Can I keep all this beauty forever inside? I tear off my nightgown and run naked through the town, run through rain, run through fog, taking consolation in cats and dogs and things that cannot speak, ran to the ancestral plane. But they all showed up drunk and insane. When I asked what I could offer them, they said gin and tonic or lithium. I asked which way should I go, and through the cigarette smoke they said, child, how would we know? Show me the way this feeling leads, the ache, the kick, the need. Show me the way, and it repeats, the feeling leads, the ache, the kick, the need. Desire beyond reason, ruinous thing. A stranger came to my door, and I welcomed him in. My feet are bleeding. I cannot stop. I have many, many miles yet to cross. I came to a clearing full of wailing and keening, a well of tears that never runs dry. The women said, we've been waiting for you. It's only a matter of time. Wait a minute, we've been waiting to meet you. It's only a matter of time. Thrust my fists in the ground, and the earth made a moaning sound. I could feel something shudder deeper, deeper down. And I met every monster from the bar to Broadway, and all their violent offers, I just turned them away. And your threats and your promises, they don't scare me. After all, there's nobody more monstrous than me. Ooh, I even get goosebumps just reading her lyrics. So that is Witch Dance from Florence and the Machine, written by Florence Welch and Mark Bowen off her latest album, The Chamber Series. No, Everybody Scream, The Chamber Series. Hey, Tom! So that is one of the songs. I mean, God, those lyrics. Whew. I mean, the way she weaves words. So I downloaded all of her albums onto my iPhone, made a playlist, and I'm even doing artwork, listening to the music and absorbing the colors and everything while I'm listening. So Tom is here. Tom is also a poet. So Tom is our Renaissance man here. He is an artist. He is a poet. He is a musician. He's actually got published music. Tarot writer. I mean, not tarot, right? Well, tarot. Tom, maybe writing tarot. Ooh, where did that come from? Reader. I mean, Tom has it all. So, which artist, Heather? Show me the way. Show which artist? I don't understand. I know there's a song called Show Me the Way by Moira Brennan, but that was Florence and the Machine, if that's what you were asking. I was just reading. So to go from Florence to my own, but I wanted to start the show off. Jack of all trades, master of none. And we don't need to be. Because, Tom, remember, as we talk, how we refer to people as things as masters. How can we truly be a master if we're here to learn? We're always learning. That's why sometimes when I mean a mastery of certain things, yes, but we're always learning, always growing. So it's okay not to be a master. The lyrics you just read. Yep, that is off of here. Let me show you the picture, Nancy. I tried telling Ginger about this, but she's like, I'm not a fan of. I'm like, okay. So let me go to even the picture. So Florence and the Machine. um, and her new album is, let me see if I can bring up a bigger image of it. Not too much, but there we go. Everybody Scream, the chamber version. And she's got some chamber like redos of some of the songs. But as you can see, the browns and things and stuff that are coming through my paintings listening to this music. So, but yeah, she's got some amazing. Let's see. Here's another one: Perfume and Milk, The Body in Bloom, The Falling Leaves, the fallen fruit, the rot and the ruin, the earth and worms, the seasons change, the world turns. The trees turn gray and the land turns brown. In a house in the woods on the edge of town, bury it deep, swallow it down, taking the herbs, a laurel crown, doing the work and sleeping alone, downloading revelations of divine love on my phone, trying to read but getting distracted, trying to live but feeling so damaged. And all shall be well, all shall be well. Miracles are often inconvenient. I packed my bags and I got in the car, a pilgrimage to wherever you are. April comes with its blossoms beaten by rain. Oh, the hopes and the horror singing daffodils again. The land it thaws and the leaves turn green, and the blue stars and snow glories with the winter jasmine, clothes of silk and satin, lace and leather, the one pink ribbon that holds me together. Let's see, and then she repeats, a creature of longing, tending only to myself, licking my wounds, burrowing down in a house in the woods on the edge of town. So this is where she repeats. So, and what poem I'm going to share, I definitely can, you'll see the connections. But isn't that beautiful? Oh my God. Oh my goodness. So, hi Irene. You are all hanging out in my kitchen with me while I make some air fryer hot dogs. Oh, what time is dinner? So, like I said, to go from Florence to Heather now. But I have a few here. And again, if anybody wants to share any lyrics or poetry, Nancy, I know you write beautiful poetry. So, okay, to get this started, built a nest of twigs, leaves, and mud, insinuating myself within its woven swathes, warming my bones, reawakening my cells, helping my body feel its soul, fingers threading as I sing and weave spells within these strands of nature's dead, transforming bark, husks, and milkweed, mold myself into a vessel cast in copper, leather, and laces spun through its fibers of corn silk, transforming the waters of my river from silt into a watercolor masterpiece set within the center of my golden ratio, carving shadows from the moonlight within the folds of my opalized rib bones and fossilized. Heather did it. Oopsies. So opalized rib bones and fossilized bones. Rewrite. Cradling indigo eggshells and discarded raven feathers. So it's rough. It needs work, but that was the new one from today. So I'll set that aside. Oh, it's snowing outside. I'm sorry. Our snow, I guess we've had our due. Um, I deal with it for a week, and y'all have like 3 months of it. But yeah, ours is melting. Um, Only ketchup on mine. You know what's going to be gross? I'm going to gross you all out. But you know what I enjoy in my hot dogs is applesauce. And if people go, ew, think about like, applewood bacon. We like putting bacon on burgers and sometimes dogs and stuff. So for me, I've always enjoyed a nice, good applesauce with my hot dogs. So I'm going to take a sip. Hey, don't knock until you try it, right? Alrighty. So on to another Heather poem. So these are the ones that have been transcribed. Oh, I'm glad I read most of that. Heather is a weirdo, and I'm proud of it. So there. Who wants to be boring? I sure don't. So here's another one. A couple more. Oh, and then I'll open it up for readings and a little brief poem to go with it. So her sacred landscapes, once adorned, now scorned. I close my eyes, I hear the stones evolving from bones within our ancestral yards, once in bloom, teeming with life. They pillaged and burned. Her image marred as she went under their knives, defamed and mutilated, scoured by scripture. A misogynistic literature now makes for great kindling, for the wood relighting our hearths and temples that once hung on your walls. So that's another one. Can y'all hear Shan? I gotta be careful that YouTube doesn't think I'm playing somebody else's music. So I have another one here. They crawl like spiders, these fingers down your neck, enameled talons painted black, scratch into the flesh of your memories, invisible sigils that burn like fire, ripping out your breath, scorched gold escaping dilation. The label on the bottle warned you'd eventually expire. So yeah. And I'll do one more. And alrighty. So last Heather poem. Nope, I cannot. I only have one earbud in, and then her pain is really distracting. Oh, so sorry, sweetheart. Frost within these bones shatter at the crack of dawn, tears scattered like leaves across a late December lawn, a fated encounter forcing a gale wind to ribbon and braid the water's reflection and my gaze as we undulate and ripple across the pond, eyelash, hair strands, and nature's decay. Shivering without a sound, ice forms a latticed armor on my dragon. Okay, ice forms a latticed armor on my dragonfly's gossamer wings, glistening like diamonds, now just beyond my reach. And those are Heather's poems for today. I have more, but I think we will get to the show. Unless there is a request to hear another one, and I will gladly oblige. So I'll just keep this open here. And I'll grab, let's see if I can find any more blank sheets in this notebook, because they're all full of, there we go. All right. So take a sip while my coffee's still lukewarm. And am I seeing any comments? No. All right. And I'm still alive? Yes. Okay. Every time I look up, I see Heather is a weirdo. And I'm like, so for today, I brought my folia. I brought my glyph. Another deck, Nancy. And my Hush Tarot. Ginger inspired me to pull out. And listening to Florence's lyrics, a lot of these cards have all the earth and the decay and the rot and the ruin and all that good stuff. So yes, Nancy, pray tell, whatever did you get? So I will go ahead and find my banner for the poetry. And I'll put that up there. I'm about to have a smoke to deal with mine. Ugh. Shan gets the CBD here that's got a bit of THC in it. He takes one in the morning and one at night. You will want it. Oh, Nancy. Oh, I'm in so much debt already. What's a little more, right? Hopefully one of these days I can start selling these paintings and get caught up. So while waiting to see if anybody wants a reading, I'll go ahead and then I'll start maybe with a collective. So we'll pull from the folia. Are you sure I'm going to want it, Nancy? You know how my tastes are. Ooh, I'll take that. That's a great card to start out for the collective. It's one of the ones I shared with Tom yesterday. The Dark Moon. Oh, it's a Roman made me do it. Yeah, there's another deck that Roman made me want to do it, but at $75. Trying to think of what it is. It's a very odd name for a deck. CBD is too expensive for my budget. Oh, really? Oh, Nancy, I just went ding. Was that you? So this is for the collective. Woo! Oh, I'm liking these cards. I think the Marina has a message for all of us, or her energy's still coming through. Irene, I'll have to tell Shan about that, though. Ooh. Wow, all majors came out. My goodness, it's probably going to be delivered. Jax, you did it. Wait a minute. No. I need to redose. I have to figure out dinner. Oh, I see what you mean. Ooh. Hi, Selena. Selena, you have to watch playback. There, I read some lyrics off of the new Florence and the Machine album, and wow, just wow. And just read 3 of my poems, and now going into the collective. And hello, Sue Toffee. Oh, hot dogs with tomato sauce. See? Oh, with tomato sauce. I can't do ketchup, which is weird. I just don't. Shan's like, but you like, pasta sauce and you like, tomatoes, but whatever they put into the ketchup, I can't. I just can't. So for the collective, and that's a lot of cards. We'll do a little poem here. So let me take a look at what we got here. Oh boy. I'm looking at one of these cards and all I can hear is Stevie Nicks to stand back. Let's see. Change where. Okay. I like how some of these cards are. Hmm. Looking for one more line. There we go. And Heather can't write. So my poem for this reading is Changes That Come We Cannot Hide From. Let's try. Changes that come we cannot hide from. Tap into the spirit of our ancestors. See the choices that they made. Feel the spirit move through you. Pick up your sword of truth and let your consciousness guide you. And so the cards that came up for the collective is the warrior spirit, standing your ground. So this could be looking forward to the week. And again, this is a collective. Um, I'm seeing a lot of this as what's going on too, I think more like globally, especially hopefully, in our country with changes that are on its way. You have to believe there's changes on this way. So here, this is standing your ground, well, standing your ground. And the next card is from the glyph, it's change. And it's the Triskele or the Triskel from the standing stones. And so when we stand in our truth with the standing stones, and how can standing stones and change? Again, the standing stones connect to the changing of the seasons, changing of the times. We can change and still be firmly into who we are. We can stand in our warrior spirit and we can honor where we stand, and we can find room to change, to move, to adjust, to transform. And all the tarot cards came out as a collective. The signifier for all of us is the Lover's card. So has to do with choices, our loved ones, our relationships, as with ourself, trying to find that peace and harmony as we start moving through these cycles. Because the thing that stays the same as always, is consistent as change. The top card is the Hermit, and sometimes we cannot hide from. Hermit can sometimes acknowledge maybe if we go in and hide, and we don't want to face the changes, we can use that energy instead to use it as introspection, and trying to find more of self-reflection in our situations, in our relationships, but making sure that we don't hide from what we need to stand up for, and what we believe in. And the underlying energy is the wheel. So right now there's a wheel of change moving, and like that Jeremy writes about this, is that the ant is on a leaf. It's kind of spinning in a circle, but he's not scared. He just knows that at some point it's going to come to a stop, and he's going to be able to move across to the rest of the water. The ripples, will carry him. So right now there's a sense of change. The wheel of fortune moving, cannot be stopped. We can just kind of get ourselves grounded and kind of like our compass, gain grounded, gain focused, and just moving with the flow. We may have to tap into that warrior spirit, and using that introspection as a tool, as a opportunity to, as an opportunity. And Selena, look at it, your owl, and an opportunity to for growth, and not to hide from what is going on, and with our relationships and our choices that we made. So there we go. That was for the collective. And if anybody would like a reading and a poem, please let me know. And what I love about this, I know people are like, oh, Heather, you and your snakes. It looks like he nabbed himself some snake for dinner. So he seems quite pleased with himself. He's like, my snake, not yours. my dinner. So it's good to have Jeremy's deck in my hands again. Jeremy's deck. Heather, watch how you say that. Oh my God, could you imagine if Miss Tarot D was in chat right now? I never hear the end of it. Don't tell her I said it. Oh, so, the drill, the whole me thing. So let's see what we got here. Going down to 13 degrees again tonight. Oh, slush to ice. I know, that was awful. Let's see. RSO caps, it is the... I know you're mentioning you're feeling a little squishy. So thank you, Jax. That is Selena's channel. She had a wonderful discussion. Melissa, I can't remember Melissa's name, but please do watch. That was a great show. All of Selena's guests that she's been interviewing are phenomenal. I learned so much from them, and it's nice to actually meet people. Nothing wrong with yeah, it's been a while. So I will just wait to see. I can maybe share some more poetry until I see a request. Only awkward when there are too many decks and not enough hands to go around. Oh my God. So interesting. We just had the Hermit card. So I think I'll share this poem because it mentions a lantern in it. But again, if anybody would like a poetry reading, the cards pulled and a poem written, please let me know. Just go ahead and put me in the chat. And again, if you have anything that you want to share that you've written, please do. I would love to share that with everybody. Yes, it was a very good show, especially with having to connect now and learning with trauma and everything. That was wonderful. All righty, so I light my lantern with a flame forged at midwinter, walk the path my feet once tread, familiar and full of tomorrows and unspeakable sorrows. I need this to grow. These knees and their scars show I've been to war with Mars. Faded memories like burned out stars carried within the breast of a crow. So my crows are showing up in there too. And my other poem, and it goes a little something like this. My lips are sweet, ton of fire between my teeth, can sear your flesh. My emotions are not your fetish, to play like a piano key or dress as you please. Last time you will see me naked in all my allegorical glory. Candles will burn at my feet, and like ornaments I will sparkle and glow, despite how fragile this opened wound can be. Mulled wine splashed with starshine, and the gift of winter's bitter cold, and truth, my truth, remains rooted deep in my core. And that is it, because I already shared that one, I think. So, all righty. And if people want a reading but don't want a poem, that's okay too. Or we can just sit here and hang out and chat tonight, whatever people feel like they need. So I hope everybody had a good weekend. Oh, let me fix my hair. That looks awful. Tom, I don't know if you saw my little short, a couple of my shorts I did today. I went to the cemetery. And boy, I had quite the surprise. So I will sit here and take a sip of coffee. And if not, then I can always end the show early. Yay! Well, what's this now? Oh, okay. All right, so Irene, do you want it to be a poem attached to it or just a reading? Let me know, my dear. Let's see. My crow posse. Bye, Paw. Bye, Nancy. I might have to change the time on this. Make it a little bit later. Oh, God, my hair is falling. Oh, it's falling flat. Poem attached, please. All right, you got it. Ooh. Oh, my cards are falling down over here. I pulled out this card from the When Women Had Wings tarot. I just absolutely love her. Look at that, the High Priestess. Is she not gorgeous? Look like she's got crow, raven wings. Oh, just beautiful. And dark hair. Ah, Maligna. Alrighty. Me, nervous weather is going to kick my butt this week, and I got a lot to do. Sally forth. Sally who? I am already almost done. Oh my goodness. Time distracted me. Just went flying all over the place. I was too hungry. Ah, you can't show up and not share. Just saying. And if people didn't catch it, Tom and I got together yesterday. We had a great show. A lot of fun. Thanks again, Tom, for hanging out with me. Alrighty, let's see. Yeah, I lost count at about 25. I started going 25. I said, okay, there's got to be at least maybe 30. I mean, it was so hard to keep count with the tree. You know, they kept flying from tree, and then they were surrounding me. Then there would be one flying ahead, bunch on the ground, and it was just like I had to stop at 25. Okay, I was doing it as a collective. Let me change one of these Irene. Okay. So, Irene, your poem is A Circle of Fire, Threading Stars, Reflection in the Morning Glow. A hunting we will go over hunting we will go. Once the ties that bind are removed by the essence of you, now is time. Alrighty. Next, Heather will be reenacting the birds. God, Tom. So, Irene, you got reflection. And it says, reflection reveals who you are. And I love the flowers, especially inside the mirror, because for some people who may not know, Irene shared with us a while back in chat. Irene used to be a professional florist. And so the flowers are coming into your readings as well. And especially within the reflection, um, reveals who you are, how you're connected to nature, to plants, to flowers, their essence, and the creativity, you know, that is you, and that beautiful spark, that beautiful beam of light coming through the darkness. Because I know that you are in a lot of darkness. You got the Ouroboros, which is all about cycles, you know, and look at the two circles. Well, one oval circle, but is that connection of waiting for the light that shines in. But you are going to have to be that light that shines in, my dear. Now continue on with your tarot cards. You got, and I'm going to use Jeremy's book because you did get the king, because he's very unusual with his cards. So with the King of Wands, we have a birdie. And that's where I was getting threading stars, because you did get the star card also. So this is the King of Wands. And we know the King of Wands is someone who is very grounded in their creativity, very dynamic, and knows how it has a mastery of skill, or has enough where he can, or they can, excuse me, try not to do gender here. As you can see, she's down there. So for me, it's almost like the robin is threading her words of empowerment, passion, motivation, inspiration. So let's take a look at what Jeremy, because I love how Jeremy writes in his book. So 10 of Wands, we open right up to the Wands. And so the King of Wands is about vision. Vision in his book, vision and honor. And it says here, a natural leader, you stand tall with confidence. That is the King of Wands, standing tall. Oh, because he's talking about the birdie, the birdie on the branch. So it says here, with higher perception, you have the natural ability to thread together the voices of others into a positive direction that benefits all. I love that, Irene. See, this is why I don't mind. I love reading the books, and people who don't like that we read the books, well, because there is a wealth of information from the artists themselves, the writers themselves. Jeremy is writer and author, and also is a musician and has a band, so, or has had a band. I think I don't know. But so that's a beautiful card. It's about vision, honor, a natural leader, which is something that comes through it. When you look in your reflection, that's something that the reflection wants you to be able to see. Now, your significator card is the Eight of Swords. And these are not swords. They're still the flowers. They're still the growth. And she doesn't have a blindfold on her, but her hands are bound by the flowers, by the florals. And so it's her ability, though she has the power. So you have the power to be able to get yourself out of that mind stuck, or people don't mind fuck that we get into. Our own thoughts, or thoughts that people have put into our heads, or those perceived thoughts. Because right now, the only thing that matters is what you think is what's best for you, your health, and your highest good. And your underlying card is the Star. And there on the little banner says, a hunting we will go. So that's why I wanted to add that. And so let's take a look at Jeremy's star. Because there's a skull down there. And of course, the star is all about hopes and dreams. And there's that sense of you wanting to keep them alive, to keep them going, to keep, being that leader, that being that person with vision for yourself, your future, reflecting on the past, looking at the cycles that you've come from, but really needing to learn how to open your eyes and to see your way and release yourself out of that. So with Jeremy, let's see what he says about the stars. Enduring life's challenges and difficulties. You have worked hard to get to your present position. You have passed beyond where others choose to give up. Very true, Irene. A hunting we will go is a slogan that now is a time is a slogan that now is a time for healing and seeking enlightenment. It's a new day and a new adventure. The sparrow perches atop a skeleton in the weeds. Its eyes face the sky, ever looking upward and onward. The bones lay withered in their rusting armor like the remains of your past feelings of hatred and bitterness. Wow. Their decay feeds the flowers that serve to decorate and welcome you on your path to new ideas and growth. I gotta start reading again with this deck. Absolutely beautiful. And one more time for Irene, a circle of fear. No, a circle of fire, threading stars, reflection in the morning glow. A hunting we will go. Once the ties that bind you are removed by the essence of you, now is the time. Oh, I crossed out you. So once the ties that bind are removed by the essence of you, now is time. Yeah, that's really deep. I got to bring out Jeremy more. Most definitely. And the backs of this deck are so freaking cool. I love that. That once was my style. I didn't like anything with skulls, and now, yeah. Hunting for natural treasures. Well, hunting for that inspiration, that interest in life. Not interest in life. You have interest in life, but it's looking for, like they said with the skull, looking upward and onward. Even in death, that the skull, reminds us to never lose hope, never to lose, the star, the dream, to keep dreaming, to keep that hope alive. It's really a beautiful way he wrote that in. Ours is starting to, when I was at the cemetery today, these tiny little white daisies were popping up out of the ground. Let's see. I ate mine standing up while I fed Darla. Oh, homework. Oh, Selena, I don't know how you do it. Tom, next thing Heather will be enacting the birds. Caw, caw. Oh, yes. I just had to share that with you, Selena. You are the first one that I shared all that with before I ended up releasing the videos. I had to share that with you first, especially after sharing with you the first crow raven visit I had about, a couple of months ago. And there we go. Jax is next. Jumpin' Jax Flash. Just kidding. She's a gas. So, alrighty. Let's see what we get for Jax. I think of Basement Jax too. Where's your head at? That was on the Tomb Raider soundtrack. That was a great song for that movie. That was a great soundtrack, period. Aww. Okay, so we'll take that down and we'll just, there we go. I had a year with a flock of crows. They watched my ex get brutal with me and attacked him. Yep, they can see when people, and who was sharing it with me? I think Shan. But there was a person, I don't know where, but taught the local crows how to attack people when they're wearing a mega. I don't condone violence, but I tell you what, as Miss Nancy would say, that had to have been freaking hysterical. I love it. Okay, so Jax. Now I got this out of my head. Where's your head at? That was the freakiest video, too. Okay. You taught them to steal the hat. Yes, girl. I'm liking the trends. Now, Jax, I have been reading for you for what, 4 months now? Have we known each other for 4 months? And I love, one card's called love. I love how I am seeing, even though there are remnants of difficulty and whatnot that still show up in the cards, it's not all the cards. I'm seeing this really, I'm starting to see a transition here. Um, mm. Let's see how. I'll write the poem. That's the only thing that's hard is I can't really write a poem that I'm really proud of or I can really think clear when I know there's dead air, people come in going, what the hell's going on? What is she doing? Making him people wait. Stand in the truth. Hmm. Hmm. I'm looking for a word to rhyme. September kicked my ass and I've been trying to right my ship ever since. Huh? Okay, I may be able to rewrite this later and I'll share it with you, Jax, but your poem is stand in the truth of your sovereignty. Your feelings are yours to shed, whether tears or laughter, see where they have led. A needle in the eye of a storm, now calm, embers burning warm. So, your first card is love, true feelings. And your other oracle card is the crown card, which represents sovereignty. So for me, true. So for me, give me a second here. I want to see how. So with the true feelings, this love card, let's look at it as like a Two of Cups lovers card. And so the love, the true feelings, sometimes that's not always shared between people who are connected. And I'm going to show you this card because she's the Queen of Pentacles. But as you can see, she's like the bride. She's, like if this is like the lady of the land, wed to the land. So we're looking at, relationships here where there's a need of sovereignty, a sense of independence. And love is where you look. Love is where you can find it. With people who share their true feelings with you. They're there to hold space for you and your true feelings. That's love. And in your life, you reign supreme. This says crown on the card. And we have, the bride wearing her laurel crown. So we're going to move to Jeremy. Let's see what he says about his Queen of Pentacles. And of course, we all know the Queen of Pentacles, and this is one of your aspects of being, nurturing, providing safety, a sense of security, stability to those that you love in your household, where you reign sovereign in your space. And it's also, to me, even though it's not the Ten of Pentacles, which is like, to me, the ancestry card, the legacy card, still the Queen of Pentacles. Pentacles are ancestry. There are ancestors to me, and they're their health. And so you have that sense of stability, a sense of security from your ancestors, those who have come before you, that are looking out for you. And it's so beautiful. It's kind of hard to see, but she's got a beautiful like falcon on her arm. She's got two beautiful birds on the others. It's like she's coming out of a husk. She's blooming out of a husk. So let's see what Jeremy. Okay, where is this Pentacles? There he is. See, I got to take this book apart and write it into a different book. So the Queen, practicality and sensitivity. Beauty surrounds you. The light you generate illuminates the weeds of past lessons. Here we go. The same light also brings forth the joys of the present, represented by the playful sparrows and the cunning falcon. So he takes a little detour, from the traditional RWS. But again, she's the bride. She's the bride of the land. She's the mother goddess. She's the lady of the land, the lady of, harvest, Yeah, she's Mama Gaia. Grip it by the husk. So your significator, which I love. I love the sovereignty. You're coming into your sovereignty, your true feelings. You share your true feelings. You express your true feelings. You do that with a sense of dignity from other readings that we've seen, especially with the Queen having to be grounded. She can be nurturing, sometimes maybe a little overbearing, depending on the cards around her. But with this one here, it's that positive acknowledgement of, um, again, being able to let go of the past, being grounded in the moment, and being able to provide that sense of security and stability for yourself and others. But you got the Ace of Pentacles. No, not Ace of Pentacles, Heather. Ace of Wands. And so the one, the birdie's got a little needle in his beak. And look at the eye. I just absolutely love that. So the Ace of Wands. Oh, it was right next to, there we go. Hey, Tom, if you're watching, here's another Ace of Wands. How about that for you? Birdie getting a little close with the needle in the eye. So the Ace of Wands is about inspiration, hard work, and joy. Though small, the house sparrow is known for its productivity. It is always busy collecting food and nesting. Survival is a constant job. Who thinks this is more like an oracle deck? This is amazing. This card is a reminder that it takes a lot of work to get what you want. Can't escape it, so you're still hurry up. The threaded needle is a starting point. It's tiny and it takes a few tries to get it started. Cultivate your goals and see them flower. Look at that beautiful flower on that sparrow. And your underlying energy, my dear, like I said, these are all great cards, but we still acknowledges that. So this is the Five of Pentacles. So this is that feeling of feeling isolated. To me, this is, in this deck, that sense of drowning, feeling like, how am I going to financially do, finances with the things you share, being able to provide for yourself, those in your household that you look after, and sometimes feeling isolated, having to do all the work on your own. I mean, the kids help, yes, but the things that are the adulting that need to be done, it feels, like it's drowning. Some days you just drown in it, and you just feel trapped and pulled down and drowned by, that sense of insecurity, that fear of lack. But again, it just goes to show that even though there are days when you feel like you're drowning, this was your top card. This is you rising, leaving the past behind, leaving mistakes behind, and blossoming and nurturing the earth and those around you. So that's what I have for you, my dear. Grip that husk. No, oh God, no. I was thinking of Crack That Whip from Devo. Was that grab that husk? Oh boy, oh boy. So, got that right. All righty. Let me check. See if I missed any other requests. Hey, Tom. You want one, don't you? I'll let you write your own poem. And I'm laughing because Tom is excellent at writing poetry. So, but yeah, I think I'm going to have to change this time for the show. I used to do it at 8 o'clock on Sundays when Karen and excuse me, when Karen, I think Nancy and I, when Nancy would join us, would do it. And I haven't, I know Karen's been in a few chats. I don't know if she's going to reach back out. So I think I'm thinking maybe I should still go back to the 8 o'clock, well, 5 p.m. my time, 8 o'clock everybody else's time. That might be better. That way everybody's done with dinner and they can pick up their pens and paper and pencils and write and share. But I absolutely love the way Jeremy writes. Oh, man after my heart, just like Florence. It was cool too. Yeah, it was cool too. Is that Florence is openly bisexual, and and that's one of the things is that she's fearless. She doesn't care for people to know who she is. She expresses that in her music and her lyrics. It just yeah, we need somebody like that for these times. I like his writing too. Judith, what's up, Judith? I will be listening while you color your hair. What a girl has to do is you're trying to pass off as a 36-year-old. I know, right? I don't know if anybody saw the comment, but somebody put a comment on Janet. I think it was the one of the videos I called you out on or called out to you. And in the comments, someone said, the picture of the snow looks like your roots. And I'm like, okay, thank you. Yeah, I know. I don't mind it too much, the silver with the black blue. But yeah, girl, I need to have another. I mean, it might have been harmless. I mean, I left a comment up, you know. I couldn't tell if that was a troll or not. Oh, what we do. Oh, do you have an interview? Judith, do you have an interview for a job? Ooh, do tell. Well, you can't because you're coloring your hair. Oh, I can't do my hair again. It was too difficult. It was too much pain on my lower back trying to stand over the sink and kitchen sink and rinse it all out and everything. So, but yeah. Judith, would you like a reading on a poem or are you good to go? So yeah, Jeremy's is just amazing. Nine of Cups. All aspects of your life are in full bloom, both beautiful and ornate. You share your air of confidence and charisma with others. And let's see, what did she? Yes. Oh, you do. Two this week so far. When I was younger, I would say probably in my 40s, maybe, when I was younger. At one point, Shan told me he didn't like the black. He says it made me look older. It made me look pale. It made me look sad, kind of like not sad, like oh you look sad, But he says he loved the reds, the purples, or the warm reddish purples. He says it matched my skin tone and made me look like I was happier and stuff and whatnot. But I really, I had to have a change. Hey, Judith, want me to pull a few cards? See what I get? Because we know it's for entertainment purposes only, and sometimes things can change your energy. But would you like me to pull a couple of cards? I'd be happy to, but I can't do it unless I have your permission. So yeah, I need to have what I would like to do is probably just charge it again. Like I said, I'm already, my God, in debt $6,000 on one card and 4 or 5 on another. But I may have to have my hair done professionally next time. I may even spend that day and have them do my makeup for me, and I'll buy a couple cosmetics so that I can do a nicer profile picture for my page. So I can clean up nicely. So, okay, I haven't heard from Judith. So let's just pull some cards for the week ahead. Because I'm still itching to sling some cards. If you insist. Oh, you would love, oh, and a poem. Well, let me see. Let me light my white candle. Okay, so we can all put supportive energy and light around Judith and her interview tomorrow. And if this is the job that is meant for her highest good and for her development and growth, and it will make her, happy and will be fulfilling for her, then we lend all that energy for a positive outcome. You know what song I got in my head, Judith? Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living, maybe. Just getting by. There's what it all taken, no giving. You just lose your mind. But boss won't seem to let. I'm screwing up the lyrics, and I better stop so I don't get into trouble or to pay the bills. But we want a job that's going to, you know, inspire you to get up in the morning, that that because if we have a job and we dread it and we hate it and that energy just brings us down. So this job will be the right one. Ooh, interesting. I'm going to have to pull the book out for the folio. So for Judas, the energy around Judas' interview tomorrow. I don't like how these are shuffling. These glyph cards, man, I'm telling you. Ooh, okay. Well, that's interesting. Oh, that card came out again. So that was one of the cards that came out in the collective. Well, the energy is hanging in the balance. Let me see what I can get for a poem from this. Oh, that just made me jump. Well, this is an interesting poem that came out, Judith. Wheels of change ripple, reflections rebirthing every moment, struggling as we maintain our balance, keeping faith, test our divine presence. Keeping faith tests our divine presence. That last line, it's going to need some reworking. Maybe next time I see you, I'll let's see. No, I mean I got the death card, Judith. So here, um, you've got test. So there may be a test, not just the test of having faith in ourselves and having faith in our higher power, but as we know too, there are tests that sometimes we have to take, for job interviews. I know I had to take several in my lifetime, but I love the beetle, look how beautiful and rainbow the color is. So looking for a divine test, trusting in ourselves, um, believing in ourselves. And when I say believing in ourselves, is that's what's going to, I think, help us with our balance, tipping the balance in our favor. Um, the scales moving. It's that beautiful energy of give and take, where we can balance those out again by I just keep hearing having a belief in ourselves. Now you got the 5 of Wands on the top, which is about conflict and struggle. So for this is I can tell your emotions, you're nervous, you're struggling with keeping calm, keeping your nerve cool. So this is acknowledging, remembering to make sure we stay out of our heads. We put positive thoughts into it. Your underlying energy is again the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune, turning in our favor. To me, I'm looking at this as a turning in our favor, because once we are able to fight off any negative or struggling thoughts or feelings about going into, or with our going into this interview, but with our confidence and our belief in ourselves, we get that beautiful Wheel of Fortune, and those energies ripple out. They send out. So when we're confident, we're positive. That energy ripples outwards. And the middle card for you, my dear, your significator is the Death card, and the Death card is about rebirth. And let's take a look to see what Jeremy wrote for his Death card. All righty. I think that's a type of eagle. Let's see. Where is... Oh, this book is starting to fall apart. So, change, rebirth, transition. Along with the wheel, getting rid of the negative thoughts, making sure we test ourselves, our resolve, our confidence, our positivity. That's what can balance everything out. We need to get balanced, grounded, focused for tomorrow. And with the Death card, for every ending, there is a beginning, a transition from one aspect to another. Put the past behind you as you enter a new phase. The battalier eagle is a powerful creature who can soar to lofty heights other birds merely dream of. This card is a reminder to look closely into the lessons of life. And you got the test card, lessons of life. I love how they connect. So I got excited here. I lost my spot. So this card is a reminder to look closely into the lessons of life for the most minute of details in order to see life from a broader perspective. As life has its highs, it also has its lows. You need the vision to see what is needed to encourage the positive change you seek. You also need to find the courage to accept this change. When a hatchling first emerges, it is fragile, but with time it will grow to become the symbol for strength. Dependency on dogma and worldly possessions can confuse and entangle you along the way. Seek inner truth to find your way through to a more fruitful future. And that inner truth, the balancing, like thinking of like the Egyptian, with the transition from death into the next life, balancing how much is weighing your heart. Is your heart light as a feather? So again, beautiful acknowledgement with the cards of tests and rebirth and change, transitioning. Just got to work through that, the struggle of, when we go in, just, I'm going to ace this and then hold that space. And again, if the job is meant for you, it will be for you. And if it's not, then we just know that energy, that transition, that rebirth could very well be moving on to the next one. So just maintaining that, like you said, right here, that confidence and positivity. And let's see, testing my patience with useless low vibration interviews. Speak my piece now, and apparently it has been working. There you go. But I do also want to mention too that there was a time when I was taught that, if you stay positive, everything will work out. And if it doesn't, then you weren't being positive enough. And I just want to make sure that that type of spirituality is extremely toxic. So we can be positive. We can visualize, what it is that we want. And let's say, Judith, that this job does not work out. That doesn't mean that you failed on a spiritual or positive level. That just means that the right one, this prepared you. This one prepared you for the next. So every one that you go through is a step, is a turn of the wheel. And each one creates a rebirth for yourself, a transition to see where, okay, now I know what to expect. Well, this is what I learned here. Let's move on to so just have that space that things will work out for your highest good. Miss Tarot D, how are you, my dear? How are you? How are you? How are you? I hope you're feeling better. I did see your post on Facebook, and I hope your tummy is doing better. But sending you positive and loving thoughts all weekend. Miss Tarot D, would you like a reading along with a handwritten poem by moi? Let me know, and if not, we can just hang out and chill and shoot the shit for a while. Shared about 5 poems and some Florence and the Machine lyrics. You are starting to feel better. See, everyone just keeps sending and holding space for Miss Tarot D and supportive healing energy for improvement of feeling better. I don't know if I've ever written a poem for you. I just love a song by Stevie Nicks. Has anyone ever written a song for you? That's a beautiful, beautiful song too, with beautiful lyrics. So, Miss Tarot D, I am using my Folia, my Glyph, and my Jeremy Hush tarot today. All righty. When you say pipe, I think of you like Gandalf sitting there going. I see Irene with her Gandalf hat, and Irene the Grey sitting back, puffing on her Gandalf pipe. Okay. You know what? Instead of Jeremy Hush, Miss Tarot D, I don't know if you saw this, but a friend of mine here in Oregon, she hand crocheted this for me. And guess what's inside? It fits perfectly my tiles. So I will pull out my tiles. All dancing around, it all fell down, and now all the boys like to call her. Oh, Miss Tarot D, I'm glad you weren't in the chat earlier. I walked through a door. Well, actually, I opened a door and you would have walked right through it on me. It's all good though. Ooh. Okay. All right. I know, Miss Tarot D, the same thing has been happening. Jackie B mentioned last week that she was saying hi to me in the chat and they weren't coming up for some reason. And I guess YouTube's done that in a few other chats on people. So YouTube, Mercury retrograde. So yeah. So Miss Tarot D is saying hello to everyone that I am missing. All right, so I start with a poem. Miss Tarot D, you got all majors out of the tarot tiles. Hmm. I'm looking for a word here. Hmm. Here, let me write this letter here. Hmm. There's a word here. Okay, so this tarot deed. I may very well rewrite this, but your poem is allow the candle of your flame from within to illuminate your way and allow a sacred circle of sweetness and spiritual rebirth as you claim your throne and burn within 1,000 points of light over a sea of tranquility. I'll rework that, but hopefully. But of course, I'm. Well, you are holding a couple in some of your majors, or what could represent as a couple in your majors. But so your folia card is sweetness, and this is all about setting clear boundaries. Because life can be sweet and juicy and fruitful, just like you, but sometimes people take advantage of that, and that's when setting clear boundaries is necessary. And you've got this. Um, sometimes people try to, sweeten or fatten people up, so to speak. Like, oh, go sweeten him up for me, and maybe I'll get. So people try to do that, and that sweetness is actually fake sour, or like piss and vinegar. That's where you set your boundaries. Keep your energy, keep your circle, keep your space sweet. And I love strawberries. They taste so good with whipped cream, but I digress. Now I am going to grab my book, if it's here. It's not here. Okay, so we're going to look at your glyph. Actually, yes, it is right here. And this is one of my favorite cards. It's called, it's the Flames, and it's called Illumination. And look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, 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 Miss Tarot D Jax just laid it down. She laid it. Oh my goodness, girl. Yeah. That's all I can say. Because I don't think Venus is a word. Oh, Ween is just the name of a band, right? So, with the sweetness and saying the clear boundaries, I think that's a separate card on its own. Because now I'm looking at this. So we're looking at the illumination with flames. So what is currently being illuminated in your life? The sacred flame. And I know you're a fire sign. And so with all these, I'm looking at so for me, these flames also feel like spirit, ancestors, guides, that you hold sacred. It's like a sacred altar, lighting the candles for our ancestors, for those that, I know you don't work with deity or committed to, but some of these flames and these candles make me think of, the Christian church, where you go in and light the candles for, dedication for prayers to our saints, to our higher powers. But I'm looking at this mostly this beautiful flame, single flame. Now, looking at your tarot tiles, your significator is the World card. And so what you help illuminate to in life, what you help illuminate, bring to the forefront, especially with your, not just your your beautiful spiritual self, that you bring to the community, and pulling cards and doing readings for us. It's showing the true flame of your authenticity, um, of what makes you unique. And between that and the work that you do, you light the flame, you light the way to help others. So it's like also this flame here and the others follow. So you're the flame and the other candles follow. You're able to show them to help. You're able to show them, with the work that you do with housing and helping and healing. So on both ends of what you do, what your gifts are. It feels like things are coming to a cycle. Something's coming to a full circle. I think maybe something that you've been working on, because your top tile is the, excuse me, every time I read for Miss Tarot D, you got the spiritual awakening. It's the epiphany, the transcendence. It's like calling forth. So, okay, calling forth people not from the dead, as in physical death, because that would be kind of scary, Miss Tarot D. But calling up forth people who might have felt that they were dead inside, especially spiritually. And times when maybe you even feel like that. But for those that you help at your job and those that you bless here, as Miss Tarot D, with your readings and your beautiful videos, and your videos that you do, like with Mary Grace and all, it's helping awaken people. Things are being woken up inside of you. But for me, I see it as your reflection to others in the world. Again, I keep being drawn to that flame. Other flames are drawn to your flame. And one flame, one candle can light thousands of others. And so lighting that flame, illuminating what needs to be awakened, what needs to be seen, helping people rebirth. This may also be, there's something maybe going on that has been a spiritual epiphany for you, or something that's becoming like, aha, this is how I can. So I feel like there's new maybe venues of spiritual awakening. But your underlying tile is the Emperor. Even though I don't know if you have any Aries placements, but being a Leo, this is that fire sign. People look up to you. You are just in how you, not just as Miss Tarot D, people looking up to you and knowing that you're true, you're authentic, that, what's that other word I'm looking for? I mean, their adaptability, their leadership, but they're a fair, they're a wise, they're an honest ruler. People have faith, people listen, and you're able to direct, teach. I hate using the word because I want to talk, trying to both pull this together, but I know that part of your life is private, so I'm trying not to. But with your job, you grab those reins, and people know that when they go to you, you're going to be, you will have the answers. And if you don't have the answers, you will find that for them. They know that if you have, they need help, you will help. And again, watch out for the clear boundaries on that one. But people see you as a leader, and that you are fair, you are kind. But that's the point of, people walking over you. There's another word I'm looking for that's associated with the emperor. I mean, he just doesn't sit there holding his staff all day long, right? um, but people need you, guide them, and you come from, again, your rulership is from a place of trust, of dignity, of integrity, and truthfulness. And you can light a fire right under their ass if need be. So that's what I have for you, Miss Tarot D. I think this is one of my favorite cards. There's a lot of beautiful cards in this deck, but I love that. You're sweet. Stay sweet, but again, don't let others, but you've got that. Though there are times when we sometimes have to, sometimes we accidentally, cross our own boundaries and we break our rules. So that's maybe a little bit of an acknowledgement too, to make sure that, you stay focused. And yeah, you brought it up earlier. So I'm like, yeah, there's a couple here holding, like she's holding two in her hands, and you got him there holding, but no, it's a place of leadership. But something coming full circle with you, because the world card is the one in the middle. So something's coming full circle. A new beginning, like there was something you're working on, and that's coming full circle. And it's positive. I'm thinking maybe this might be something at work. Because I know what you constantly are working to get programs funded and things and stuff like that. And you blow your horn. You get people awakened. You inspire people. You get on the horn. You make it's in that physicality of career, of life, but then also spiritually as well. So that's what I have for you, Miss Tarot D. Thank you for letting me read for you, and I'll rework that poem and I'll send that to you. But what a wonderful way of wrapping up a show, being able to read for Miss Tarot D. But yeah, I'm looking at this card, and it's the Judgment. My brain was just, I know they call it the Judgment card, but I see it as the awakening, awaken people, get them on their feet, shake them up, wake them up. Some folks who, we look at that, maybe just waking up your consciousness, see what's going on in the world, look what's going on around us. Other people who may feel like, because of what's happened to them, any traumas and things that have happened in their past, where they feel like they're dead inside, and they don't have, anybody or a sense of life or a sense of living. It's also like you lighting the flame, sharing your story, getting people to know that, to wake them up, to say, there's still life left to live. This is my story. It's come full circle. Also looking at it that way, and from your position of the emperor. But yeah, I wonder what Miss Tarot D would look like in a full beard. Woo-wee. But you can do flowers. Hector can, weave or crochet little flowers and laurels and things and stuff on here. But yeah, you are the sweetness in our community, Miss Tarot D. And we love you. I love you. So I think they call two at once a double Dutch rudder. I'm lost. Oh, yep, sweet. Just like the strawberry. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, I used to use that one for cooking or eating. Well, it depends on where someone's brain is at. That's people eat eggplant. They chop it up, they fry it, they batter it. My sister used to make really good eggplant. She sliced it up really thin, do a olive oil coating on it, then put it through breadcrumbs and things. And oh my God, it was. And then she'd fry it, and it used to be so good. Um, yes, exactly. One flame can light another without losing its own light. Remember that. Hmm. Exactly. So we haven't chatted in a while, so I don't know if you have any certain projects that are going through, any special things that are happening at work. Like the bearded the bearded lady at the circus. Well, you'd be a lot prettier than her. Thought that was yeah. I don't like eggplant either. I tried doing what my sister did the one day, and it tasted like shit. I'll be honest. Did not taste good whatsoever. Tonight we're having manwich and mixed in with some rice. Shan got me a rice cooker. So, but all righty, let me take this down. Whoops, I can't take that down. It's the wrong one. So, all righty. Well, everybody, thank you for hanging out with me. It's a pleasure as always. Y'all are my socializing because I really don't have anyone here to socialize on a regular basis with. So I enjoy hanging out with y'all, and I appreciate you when you come out and hang out with me. And Miss Tara D, Tom was here earlier. So I have to saute now. No, wait a minute. Now I have to rethink on how to saute. Oh, yes. Growing up, we used to marinate and jar eggplant for the year. It was really good for sandwiches and cooking. And Miss Taro D, also, I don't know if I mentioned it, I think, on one of my lives recently, but I didn't know what I was going to do or later last week. I think it was around Thursday or Friday, what I was going to do for the Sacred Feminine tomorrow. And I caught that video you posted on Facebook about the goddess in Sardinia. And so I am researching that tonight and tomorrow morning. And I'm going to be talking about the goddesses that are connected to Sardinia. It's not going to be heavily, because I know I started watching a video on YouTube, not the one with the woman was talking, but some of the others. And I didn't realize, Ms. Tarody, how many different peoples, lived in Sardinia that come through just crossing and then settling and then leaving again, not to mention the Roman Empire. I mean, wow, Sardinia was a hot spot for a lot of different cultures and people. So very interested, looking forward to researching her on the computer tonight, on laptop. So hopefully I will do her justice, or they justice, or her, the mother goddess, justice. Water rituals. Beautiful. I'm looking forward to the girl's video. She talks a little low. So I may try to listen to that while I'm painting tonight, or I just may go and research on Google or whatever, see if I can get some good information. One of my friends is craving one of the statues, is carving one of this. Ooh, would love to see that if you're able to share. So, all righty. Well, thank you, everybody, for being here. I enjoyed everyone's company. I hope you have a good rest of your night. And hopefully, I will see you tomorrow on the Sacred Feminine. And again, Judith, wait, carving, wait. Yes. And Judith, again, good luck. I don't want to say luck, but many blessings for your interview tomorrow. And one second, Miss Tarot D said, wait. Do you want me to wait? That was a White Lion song back in the 80s. Remember that, everybody? Wait, wait. Yeah. They didn't get very far, did they? Here we go. One of the sites is designed to be her entrance into the water level is her Virginia. It's vagina. We can say vagina. That's okay. Doggy's on top of me. Oh, I don't know if you saw the video. I think it was Jax who sent it to me. Or I came across it. No, I think it was Jax. This guy has like 15 rescue chihuahuas. And the video is just, oh my God, absolutely adorable. Is that legal? Miss Tarot D, you met your match. You thought Tom. Oh, no, 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 no. Tom is no match compared to her. She's just kidding. Whoo-wee. Well, on that note, everybody, I will see you all later. Much love. Bye-bye.